Hey, hi, thank you so much for listening to this podcast on the Chai or Coffee Show. I am your host, Vedh, and we have a guest speaker with us today, Mr. Girish. We, the Chai or Coffee Show, during this crisis that the world is facing, that is of the COVID-19, decided to come up with a series called Awareness During the Times of COVID-19. And as part of the series, we have come up with this podcast that says of some of the misunderstandings or misconceptions that people have with humans and animals during this COVID-19. And today, to speak on this topic, we have a guest speaker called Mr. Girish. So, Girish, welcome to our show. Girish is a rescuer. He is associated with this organization called Animal Right Fund. 1,000 plus animals Girish has been successfully rescued, and at a count of every day, 2 to 3 animals that are being reported to Girish, he and his team are able to successfully tackle it and go and rescue those animals. Girish, we are so fortunate to talk to you today, and we are so happy to see what you do for the animals.
It's okay. Yes.
So, Girish, I would like to ask you the first question. That is, we see that people are creating a lot of rumors that COVID-19 can be spread from animals to humans.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is your thought about it?
See, the main thing is even WHO has sent a report, and many of the top health departments, they are especially telling animals don't carry virus, and even if human beings having the virus, that is not passing to the animals.
Hmm.
So many dogs, unnecessary people are abandoned, and we have rescued at least three German Shepherds and one Pomeranian in 2 days because they're getting scared of this coronavirus, and the people are dumping. So my strong point is none of these animals will carry virus to anybody.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a rumor. It's just a rumor
It's a,
that people are
it's a
spreading.
totally false. It's a totally false statement. And I don't know who is spreading this news also. And we got calls also, people asking for us to help some stray dog which is sitting next to their house, asking maybe having coronavirus, please take it and go. So
This
we
is
strongly telling them animals don't carry coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, this is something people should stop doing. We all should stop doing. So, media, okay, media is most prominent thing that people are because as everybody is quarantined at home, the only source
Correct.
of information that we're getting is from media.
Yeah.
So, statistics says that, and even some reports have come up where even our Prime Minister, Mr.
Mm,
Narendra Modi, said that we must
mm,
also take care of animals and birds around us.
correct.
What do you say about this?
See, this is a very important message Prime Minister has given, and it's really, if you see, there is hundreds, not hundreds, thousands of stray dogs which were actually depend by themselves. None of these people used to feed them. These guys used to feed themselves by going to bakeries. A lot of eateries where there's like dump yards where they used to get food. Now at a seven, you see everything is stopped. They are not getting food. So they are traveling from one area to another area searching for food. So once they come into another territory and they bring up a lot of fights, dog bite, and all this starts. And once again, there will be a panic of some other issues in the society. So I feel everybody, whoever has leftover food, they can just leave it back to their house. That will be taken care. And a lot of feeders were trying the best of best to feed these dogs, and they're facing little bit problem with the cops and everything. But it's going to sort out very soonly. But I feel everybody, every citizen of this country should take the social responsibility to not only taking care of themselves. There are many things in this nature which has to be taken care of. So I think everybody has to feed whatever they can do to these animals and birds and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, as you rightly said, we have to feed these animals because we are getting latest update that says that some authorities have said that street animal feeders in Bangalore have been allowed to go out and actually feed animals. even the police
correct.
commissioner and the police
Yeah,
department
correct, correct,
have
correct.
now realized that
Mm,
they are also very important, and they are allowed. They are not doing that
correct,
much of problem to people who are trying to go and actually feed them.
correct.
So, this is a nice notion, that people are getting to know, and we need more and more people like you to
Mm,
go out. And this is the whole motto of this podcast. We just want
mm,
people to know that they
mm.
also are having life. They also need, because this is a life chain. If you see, this is a food chain.
Correct, correct, correct.
Based on what we give them, that is something that they were eating all these days, and all of a sudden, it's a crisis even for them. So,
True.
Girish, I have heard from a lot of people that you do a lot of work. Okay, I mean, like rescuing animals and doing
Mm,
rescuing like 2 3 animals per day is also a big thing. So
mm,
I just wanted to know, Girish, like,
mm,
how do you get to know about these people? Is it because we see that so many people post on the social networking sites? Is it
mm.
from there, like Facebook, Instagram, you get to see and you go, or how is it? How do you get to know about these animals?
See, basically what happens, Facebook or any social media is only not a platform for rescuing. There is
Mm-hmm.
so many other way people have seen the dogs or animals suffering in the road. So either they go through BBMP helpline, which is one. They think, the BBMP takes the responsibility of helping the stray dogs, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't have that facility. So sometimes BBMP transfer their calls to us. So without knowing who has transferred the call, first we see that, we need to help these dogs. So there's another platform where people, doctors, they go to hospitals and ask for help. And many of the hospitals don't have a rescue team. They can give the facility if you bring the dog to the hospital, but they don't have a team to pick up a dog from a far off place or aggressive dog, which is very difficult to carry these dogs when they're in pain. So many hospitals try to give our numbers, and we were very interested to work with hospital people because our main motto is to get animals which are in pain first the treatment. So we are following up without any social media, trying to help these animals in the streets first.
Okay, yeah. So here at this point in time, when we get to know that
Mm,
how you approach, or how do you get to know and all of this. So we would like to tell our viewers, and even I would like to know that if
mm,
you can share something bit about your organization, your shelter, like,
mm.
how do you run it? What are the challenges you face, or what is the whole idea behind your shelter for animals?
See, the main thing what happens, once you rescue a dog, it's
Mm-hmm.
not just a one-time work. You just rescue a dog, take it to hospital, doesn't mean that the work is over. The dogs need sometimes years, sometimes months, sometimes weeks treatment. There'll be like fracture cases. There'll be spinal fracture cases. Some dogs will have tumor. Some will have infection diseases. Some are blind. Some are lifetime paralyzed. It's not like you just pick up a dog and finish. The work is over. It is a like it's the most thing is we need to see the dog how long he is going to survive, how long he is going to be with us. I have around 180 permanent dogs with me now. They've been with me only now. They're not fit to be go back to the street also. So that way, what happens whenever cases come to us, it's not only one time you're raising of funds. You need to have a lifetime uh, fund for these dogs, which is not possible most of the cases. But somehow we are managing, but we have some good people who are continuously supporting us. Many good people, they just come and help us in whenever we need. So that's going on now.
Okay. Yeah, Girish, it's so nice to know that, the noble thought behind your organization, and it's so nice to know that you have so many dogs that you have kept it with yourself just
Mm,
because they're not properly fit to, go out. And it's we face a lot of challenge when we have one dog at a home. You have to
mm,
take care of it and do a lot of things, so we can actually feel that how
mm,
much of effort goes behind taking care. But this makes me ask you one thing.
mm.
How did it all start? Like, your love for animals, and is this out of passion you do, or this is a everyday, this is your profession, or what is it? Can you please tell our viewers that what is the secret behind your love for your animals?
See, I used to love dogs and everything. But
Hmm.
once we know that there is so much things not in way when they get injured or when they get in sickness. So I was just thinking, why should we have something for them when they're not well? Everything is good when their things are happening, but when they go into a bad phase of their life, why they don't have that stage where somebody takes care of it? So I was just planning like that, that we need to have a center where we have a rehabilitation place where these dogs come for the treatment. That made me to struggle a lot to have my own setup. Almost it took 1.5 years to set up my own place with great difficulty. And now also we are having a lot of challenges. But when we see these animals, all this we forget and we start get motivated to do more.
Girish, it's a very deep felt gratitude to you from the entire Chai or Coffee team and from all
Sure.
our viewers. A
Hmm.
big salute to you. What you're doing is not just a little thing because so we are
Right.
all one world, and when the entire world is in crisis, there is somebody like you who is being a voice to these voiceless creatures, these voiceless animals. So it's so nice to see, whatever you're doing, Girish. You are a real hero, and I would like to tell all of our viewers that people like Girish have have that courage and have that loyalty and have that love and passion, compassion towards these animals that makes everything go smooth. Thank you so much, Girish, for
Yeah,
being a part.
and I really want to tell you, I really appreciate your people idea. At right time, you're going to give a right message to the society. This is most important. I request all the people in social media and everywhere. This is the way message has to be in the society, not all other type of things. This is a great thing what you people are doing.
Yes, and I would also tell our viewers that we are also quarantined. We are doing this over a phone call. Girish,
Yeah,
thank you so much for you. Even though
sure.
we are not meeting up in a studio and having this proper podcast, still
No,
Girish, out of his busy schedule, took out some time, and you know the importance of spreading this message to all of us. Thank you so much. We're looking to
sure,
hear more and more from you to about animals and about your love for animals. Thank you
sure,
so much for being a
sure.
part
Take
of
care,
this
man.
show,
Yeah,
Girish.
yeah.
So, this was all from this podcast on the topic awareness during the times of COVID-19. Girish has told us a lot of things and given a beautiful message that we should equally take care of all the animals around us. See you soon with another podcast. Until then, be safe, stay indoor, take care of yourselves, and also help people who are in need. See you soon, and until then, take care.